Hello, Brooke. Okay, so you're going with the iron. That's fantastic. Let's go ahead and jump right over to your sketches, which I have open right here. And let's go ahead and take a look. These are great ideas. There's no question. I mean, every one of them has really solid potential. Vegetable steamer, that's a great one. I love the frying pan with the egg on the frying pan. That's a great one. This one kind of follows the same theme, the panini press as the frying pan using it. But I think these are just fantastic ideas. Hair straightener that works beautifully. Yeah, definitely. Flower press. I think that one might be the weak link in the in the series. And I'll get to that in a second. But it has to do with setting up the narrative and setting up a sort of a problem that needs to be solved. Sauna. I think that says sauna, right? And then you've got the iron and then clothes hanging. So I'm a little bit confused with this one. Is this a human sauna or why are the clothes hanging in the sauna? Do you see what I'm saying? Um, okay, and then we have the reseal plastic bags, and this one took me a while. I can't quite remove candle wax. That's right. So the first thing I want to mention is in terms of presentation, I think it's a really great idea for all designers to just think about this. In any presentation, always assume that the viewer has no idea what's going on. And it's a really great way for a designer to keep in the back of their mind the importance of this kind of communication we're setting up through our presentation. So in this particular case, there's a few and to be honest with you, I was having trouble reading the writing. This one and this one, I couldn't decipher the writing, so I was really kind of stuck here for a minute looking at that. And that's what you don't want from your viewer. You don't want your viewer to look at the presentation and kind of go, oh, wait a second, what? You want everything to be specifically clear. And as I said, it's a great way for designers to keep this in the front of their head through their work process, is that when I'm presenting this, I need to be as thorough and complete as possible with the assumption that the viewer has no clue what I'm talking about. That said, I think that I'm going to go ahead and in this project, I don't like to do a whole lot of art directing in terms of saying, okay, this is what the direction you should go. Okay, I'm going to just give you suggestions and recommendations through the process, but I'd like to see you work out your own decisions and details. For that reason, I would like you to choose the direction that you feel has the most potential and pursue that. Now, that said, I do kind of offer this little bit of information to students in helping you determine how you're going to set up the narrative. So in the narrative, we have, I mean, what does good storytelling have? It's got an introduction. It's got a problem. So there's some sort of a conflict. Introduction. And I mean, you know what, let me use a little visual backup on this. So we have an introduction. We have some sort of a conflict, right? Then we have some problem solving. Okay, then we have decisions. Then we have implementation of the decision of what the solving the problem is going to consist of. Then we have uh, um, into action, the implementation into action, and then we have the epilogue or the outcome. So you really want to think of how you're going to set these up. So in other words, I think the biggest problem, the most difficult portion of setting up the narrative is defining and introducing the problem. Okay, we can see it done very well here. He's all wanting some kisses, and she's saying, no way, not with that raggedy beard, right? So, and she's telling him that you got to cut it. So he's looking for something and looking for something. He finds something that didn't work. He has the aha moment, and this is where you're introducing the tool. All right, the hand tool, and repurposing it, showing the setup, showing the implementation, and then the final outcome. So I use this example because I think it's excellent narrative. This one is excellent narrative as well, as we have defining the problem. Of course, is this guy sleeping trying to sleep under a tree with a hornet's nest. So he's got these problems, right? And he's not going to be able to sleep with a hornet's nest. So of course he takes these steps to rectify the problem, right? So again, another very, very good setup of a linear narrative, good storytelling, right? And that's what I want you to think about at this point is how do I introduce the problem? How do I introduce the solution? How do I implement the solution? How do I introduce the epilogue or the final outcome where all is well, everyone's happy, right? That to me is going to be the most important part of this assignment, is developing that introduction of the problem state and introducing the solution, right? So think about that as we're moving forward, and really think about how you're going to set this linear narrative up. I recommend 8 to 10 frames. And I think 10 is a great number. 10, about 10 frames. I think this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I just reminded myself of something. I said 8 to 10 frames. I'm sorry. I meant to say 10 to 12. And this reminded me of that. I think 10 to 12 frames in a narrative is enough to set it up. Be sure each frame has a good, solid relationship with the frame before it and the frame after it. And that will ensure a good storytelling process as well. All right, so fantastic job. Great, really outstanding ideas. And let's take it from here. Go ahead and choose the direction you feel has the most potential. And please don't hesitate with any questions or clarifications, all right? Okay, so on to the next step. Thank you very much, Brooke. And as I said, any questions at all, please let me know. All right, great job, thanks.